So, like I said in chat, this is probably the reason why I want to kill the animals, because we have to rely on a dog in this game, and it's the reason why you lose the most time. So, I'm not looking forward to this. If all the audios are started, I can start setting up.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right, cool. All right, hi to everyone. My name is Spectral, and this is Haunting Grounds. As far as I'm aware, this has never been running a marathon for good reason, because it's kind of not safe. But I'm going to try and do backup strats in case anything does go wrong. I'll explain some of the RNG parts as we go. First things first, though, we're going to do a AI manipulation trick. So, as we can see in a second, we have a dog following us in this game called Huey. And there's a slight trick. If you load up a different save that has a better behaving Huey, then its AI gets passed over to a new game, and Huey behaves a little bit better. Not a great deal better, but we'll see. Right, so now I've loaded that up. When the screen goes to black, the timer starts on new game. So in 3, 2, 1.
Murph!
So this is all RTA recorded, so all the cutscenes we skip as quick as we can. And here's our heroine, Fiona. Backstory to this: she vaguely remembers being in a car crash and then waking up inside a cage, and she's busted out, and now we're running around. So first things first, time to go get some clothes. This game runs like Clock Tower 3, if anyone knows it. It's essentially a puzzle horror, survival horror game where we're basically defenseless, and we have things called stalkers chase us through various parts of the level. Today we're doing Ending C, which means we skip half the game because we just get out as soon as we beat the first boss, which is more marathon safe because I tried running this game normally, and some of the later stalkers can just kill you in one shot, and it's not fun. A few game mechanics is Fiona does have a stamina bar that we can't see. She indicates by raising her arm more up to her chest and running slower. So we have to manage that. So what I need to do is have as much stamina as I can, so I need to walk very slowly for this bit. We want to keep this door open because we're going to use it later. And now we get our first stalker, who's Deliritus. So what I want to do is get 4 pushes on this guy. He'll run off, but it can go really bad quickly. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Do I have enough stamina to get out of the way? Yeah, I do. Perfect. So that's the first hardest trick in the game done, because that can go wrong, and Deliritus can either grab you or knock you flying. So we've got to run, boys. Alright, so next is this typewriter. It allows us to make these plates that are passwords for certain doors and objects. So we need 3 words of this. So the first one's meth, then it's Adamus, and the last one we need is rest. And as you can see, because I did all those shoves and the kicks, Fiona's got her hand up to her chest, is breathing heavily, so her stamina's low, so I'm going to be running a little bit slow. Oh. So for now, the next 3 minutes of this is pretty safe. There's not much going on. Deliritus won't bother us at all, because he's scripted not to appear until much later on now. So we want to use the first plate on here, which is the meth, which makes that golem dissolve. Don't question it. Next, we just want to go down and get a key item. So this is just a little bit of nothing much going on. But to explain Huey, we can only give verbal commands to. We can either tell him off, tell him he's a good boy, tell him to follow, or tell him to attack. And that's not a kick door. And Huey's, even if we tell him to follow, he might decide that he'd rather sit down. And Huey can also lose us, and we can also lose Huey because he'll just go wandering off. So you lose a lot of time just waiting for Huey at certain points. And then also we have the stalkers in the mix, which it's only Deliritus in this run, but he can spawn earlier than intended, and if he does, then I lose a couple of minutes trying to get rid of him. So all this is just literally going to find an item, and we shouldn't be bothered. But yeah, not many people probably know this game. It's quite a niche survival horror game, so if you're into them, you probably have heard of it. It was made by the developers for Clock Tower 3, so the kind of gameplay and the look of it kind of feels similar to Clock Tower 3. Alright, so all we need to go down here is get a map, because Fiona's first point of call after waking up in a mysterious castle is to find a map. And then we just skip a few cutscenes, and then we finally get to see Huey. I need chat to spam as many doggos, and hopefully he'll behave. Alright, so we've got 3 cutscenes. Fiona basically runs away from Deliritus and remembers that she was in a car crash, and then woke up here. Alright, so we want to go save Huey. So this game kind of takes like most Resident Evil games. It's find X key or weird crest, use it on X door, and then proceed. So first off, we just need to go and get Huey unfree from this rope. Unfree? Freed? Yeah, whatever. Alright, so Huey runs off after we save him, which is basically the rest of the run. Now doors open up here. And now we get given how to attack with Huey once we enter this cutscene. And we're still pretty safe until after a cutscene a little bit ahead of time, which I'm going to try to get a cool little skip. And hopefully it works. Right, so Delirious is gone after being bitten. I wish he did that normally. Right, so we get the commands for Huey, just mash through these. Also, if chat could keep count, I want to know how many Hueys I say throughout the run, so that's 1 so far. And let me know at the end how many times I had to say Huey. Because when you're when you're grinding this game, it gets a little bit repetitive. Alright, so this is the first time. I need Huey to follow me into here. Alright, he was pretty good. So that's 2. Alright, so we need Huey to get this marionette that's on top of a rubbish pile. So we're going to scold him and tell him to come, because usually after Huey climbs up that, he likes to sit down, so we scold him and tell him to come, and it makes him more responsive. Which doesn't mean that he's going to follow me all the way to where I need him to go. Because at the moment he looks like he's not following me. So that's 4.
Huey.
Yeah, I think we're going to be losing a lot of time because I don't think Huey's wanting to follow.
Huey.
Yeah, I can't hear him, so... Oh, no, there he is. Hopefully he'll join me outside here pretty quick. So what we need is, we need Huey to be here so we can tell him to jump down. Unfortunately, we have to wait.
Come on.
Hey.
Come on. Go, Huey. Go, Huey.
See, so because he's tilting his head at me, he doesn't understand, or he just doesn't want to behave. There we go.
Go, Huey.
Not the best, but I've had worse. Go, Huey. Go, Huey. Very realistic. And remember, I did an AI trick at the start, so Huey should be... I've got the second highest loyalty rating with him on that save, because getting the top one is a little bit hard. And he's still this unresponsive.
Huey.
So what we want to do is get him to sit on this pressure plate, and we can go activate this door.
Sit.
Alright, so in the next room we've got a skip. I'm going to try to get the quick skip. If I fail it, then there's a backup strat. Otherwise, I just have to lose Delirious a different way. So what I want to do is, after this cutscene, is run straight to a pillar and crouch. And if I get it quick enough, then Delirious won't see me. Ah, he saw me. Alright. No. I need Huey to attack him in this room now. Oh, he's attacking him. Alright, back up strat. Don't find me. Just keep running. Okay, alright. Alright. So the safe strat there is just to use the door. If we get the pillar skip, it saves like 15 seconds. Unfortunately, it's very hit and miss if it actually works. But now we just want to make sure Delirious doesn't chase us into the 2 rooms head, because we need to use... Alright, we've already lost him. So the downside to stalkers in this game, if they're chasing you, you can't interact with anything that requires a key item, or you can't enter the hole in the wall room, as it's called. And we need to enter that now to go and get a special item, because we're playing New Game Plus, so we can use some of the cheaty items to help out. So if Delirious was still chasing us, we wouldn't be able to use this hole in the wall, but lucky enough, we got rid of him quite quickly. Alright, so we want to use the Adamus plate here. Like I said, these are like passwords. Alright, so we're going to use the Diamond Choker. Now for the rest of the run, we have unlimited stamina, so in a speed run, that is very important, because it means we don't slow down. Right, so the next bit is a little bit more safe still. It's not until after we knock Delirious off a balcony, once we go do a lever that's up ahead, that it gets a little bit wary, because he could spawn early, and if he does, then it's just a lot of time lost. You lose about 2 to 3 minutes. And considering the speed run for this is, I think the world record is about sub 25, 2 to 3 minutes is a big deal. So this is just a very slow section. So we come over here, we want to lower down this drawbridge, so if we just give it a good kick, like anything, it will work. Alright, so Delirious is set to spawn and chase us from here, but we're now going to go to a spawn point and knock him down. I'm waiting a little bit until he jumps over, because I did have a run the other day where I lost him because I was too fast. So I like to wait until he's at least jumped over for safety, because if we do lose him now, then it just makes things a little bit awkward. But we need him to chase us back into the room we just were in, and we're going to have Huey knock him off a ledge in the cutscene, which knocks him out of action for about 3 to 4 minutes. So we need to get everything done in that time, and then have him spawn when we in another scripted spawn later on. Right. So I need to shout for Huey a little bit. Nice. Yeah, he's coming.
Go! Come on,
Huey.
Huey! Huey!
Alright. I need to make sure Huey's in this room. If Huey's not, then this cutscene goes wrong. Alright, where's Huey? Alright, there he is. Cool, we can do it. So, when you run that down to that end, Huey attacks Delirious and knocks him off. If Huey leaves the room just before you walk into that cutscene, you get a different one where Delirious basically throws you, and you go into panic mode. Panic mode, like in Clock Tower 3, starts making Fiona run all around the place. She starts tripping over herself, and if a stalker hits her while she's in full panic, it will kill her. So while the screen is normal and I've got control over her still, then we're okay. So this is now another Huey RNG moment.
Come on,
He's not following us at the moment, but we need him to go fetch our item for us.
come on.
Alright, so he's chasing now. Sounds like he's actually quite close behind, so this might actually be a quick room. So we're going to open up this gateway for later, just as a shortcut to do the end part of the game. Alright, come on, Huey.
Huey.
He's almost here.
Come on.
So to get well record in this, you need Huey basically to be on screen every time you call for him. Alright, there you go. He's barked, so he's now coming.
Come on.
I don't need that hitting me.
Go.
Oh, Huey. So those little balls that are floating around are called luminescences. If they hit me, it alerts the stalker to where I am, and it will mess up Deliritus's spawn time.
Go.
Alright, there you go, Huey. Alright, climb through. Alright, there we go.
Go.
Huey. Right. Lucky enough those didn't hit us, but it was pretty close. Alright, so we need Huey for one more thing, and then after this bit, we don't need him for the rest of the run.
Come on.
I just need him to get here, and I don't need Deliritus. So Deliritus can spawn now, and if he does, it messes everything up. So I need Huey just to go in this hole. Right, cool. Got it. Right, so stalkers can spawn quicker if you kick open doors, if you shout for Huey too much, or you break stuff. So you kind of don't want to spam Huey too much when you know the stalker can be about. Right. So we got those fresh flowers to remove the butterflies from this door. Like I said, don't question it. It's just how this game works. We go downstairs, and now this is the last thing we need Huey for, is to fetch this key. And then from here, the rest of the run is pushing boxes, because it wouldn't be a Resident Evil type game without a box pushing puzzle. Yeah, come on, Huey. And it's just movement. Nice. Right. So Deliritus can spawn now as I come out of this room. If he does, then there's a backup strat for dealing with him, because Huey's hiding in the hole. We can get a cutscene where Huey attacks him and chases him off. If he doesn't spawn, then we should be good, as long... Yeah, so no music, so we're fine. So the rest of this now is just routing and setting up these 3 reflectors to open a door that goes down to the boss fight for this area. And like I said, this game is frustrating. I'm currently tied 4th on the leaderboard for C ending. And I think the difference between me and 2nd place is like 42 seconds. And you lose minutes waiting for Huey, which is such an annoying thing about the run. Like, casually, this game is really fun. It's really difficult, and is a nice puzzle game to play. Speedrun wise, I wouldn't recommend it as anyone's first speedrun. So we want to turn that 3 times. We're now going to unlock this door and go to the study and use that door I kicked at the very start of the run open. It's just quicker to do this. The slapping you're hearing is 2 of the other stalkers, one punishing the other one by slapping her across the face. Like I said, don't worry about it. We won't see those guys, which is great because they're more lethal than Deliritus is. Right, so as we come out of the study, we're going to get Deliritus spawn. That was not too bad. He was not. Sometimes he can spawn inside this door and just block it. Right, dodge that. That luminescence can cause trouble because sending you to panic is not great. Alright, so Deliritus is now looking for us, but we're too far away from him now. As long as I get up to the next puzzle room, he can't enter it, so it's a safe space, and then we don't have to worry about his RNG for the rest of the run. Yeah, we're safe. He won't catch up. So that's Huey RNG done. Now we're done with Deliritus's RNG. And now we've got like 2 to 3 minutes coming up of box pushing, which if there's any donations will be a great time for once I get there. And then the last part of the run, which is another RNG fest, is does Deliritus kill us in the boss fight? Because he has 3 attacks. He can either do a triple swing, he can do a bear hug, or he can do a ram. The quickest we want is rams. The triple strike is fine as well. If he spams nothing but bear hugs, then I will die and there's nothing I can do. So I will make a safety save just before the boss. Alright, so I'm just coming up to box pushing puzzle now. So yeah, if there's any donations, feel free to go ahead while I'm pushing these boxes, because like I said, I do have a couple of minutes of doing this, and there's no quick way for it. It's okay, Huey. You get teleported to us soon. Alright, I assume as there's no donations. So yeah, box pushing puzzle is always the same. You always want to take the exactly same route, and the box is always in the same position, and you need to push them the same amount. Because of that camera angle, we have to stop pushing the box. If you actually hit your joystick at the right time and carry on pushing it, Fiona just freezes in place. The bad game design. But we just need to push the silver one over, then the 2 copper ones into position, and it will open up a path to go downstairs. Because in the true style of any Resident Evil game, these evil guys have way too much money and can make the most elaborate setups in the world. Right, and the last box just needs to be pushed in. Right. So the center opens up and we can go downstairs. Now we just need to do the other 2 lens reflectors. So this one's missing a lens, which we picked up in the study earlier. So this just needs to be rotated twice, and the last one, oops, twice. Yeah, there we go. And the last one can just be rotated once, and it should be good. Right, I'm going to do a quick safety save. All those other saves are just for practice. There's one more puzzle room to go through, which is there's 2 giant pits in this room. If you walk over them, you fall to your death. So I have fallen down these a couple of times, so I'm just going to make sure I'm extra safe by taking the widest route. The way you get across that is you tell Huey to go forwards, and Huey just can see in the dark. So, but that is yet again same every time, so we don't have to worry. Right, so this is Deliritus's boss fight. It's not fun. So there's 2, like, I guess, hinges on the side of the room, We want Deliritus to break both those because we can't kill him for this ending. We need him alive. So we just need to knock him out with a chandelier. Alright, so what we're going to get first? Swings. Alright, one swing and a miss. Alright, that's one broken. Alright. Alright, he's going to do the charge, so stand behind here. Oh, here he got in the way. Alright. That was quite close enough. Alright, I'm about to go into full panic as the screen gets incredibly annoying to look at. I need him just to break this and I should be fine. But come on, Deliritus. I might go into... Yeah, Bear Hug's going to put me into full panic. Alright, I'm okay. Nah. Oh, Fiona, come on, I need this charge. No. Hey, he broke it. So the scream there says indicates that we went into full panic, but because the cutscene happened, we're now fully restored. So that was a bad boss fight. Better thing is we didn't die, so alright, so this puzzle's the same going back. We just want to take the far left and then far right. And now for the rest of the game it's easy, just run around, pick up 2 keys and we're out of here. So yeah. The time I'm like 2 minutes off PB, but at least I didn't die, which is the one thing I was absolutely dreading for this run. Because like I said at the start, this run is not safe with all the RNG and how badly that fight can go. And this is also for ending C. So this is the ending where we don't resolve everything and we just... Because we didn't kill Deliritus, he looks at us and now sort of fears us and respects us. So now we're going to go talk to him in his little shack and he's going to give us the key that gets us the key to get out of here. Because, you know, it wouldn't be an RE game without a key to get out. Alright, so Deliritus is in here. We get a cutscene, he gives us the smudge key. And now we can go use this to go into the restroom, unlock a toilet door, and go into a secret basement because, you know, rich people, too much money, elaborate layouts. We're going to use this gate that we unlocked earlier, which is just a quick way back around to the garden door key, which we used right at the very start. Alright, and we're going to use our last plate here, which is the rest plate, which unlocks the rest room. The only thing that actually does make sense in this game. Am I not? No, I'm not close enough. Also, let's appreciate Huey now following me. Like, you didn't follow me earlier, boy. Right, so we now got the castle gate key. Because we haven't triggered the event for Dahlia, who's the next... Oh, sorry, it's Daniela, I think, sorry. For the next stalker, there's nothing can go wrong from this point. Because she doesn't spawn unless we trigger the door back in the box room puzzle. Oops, wrong way, actually. Too busy talking, not thinking. Right, so yeah, back through here. And now it's just straight run basically to the castle gate and we can get out. Nothing could go wrong, the runner says. And time's coming up after I've used the key and the screen goes to black. Should be about 28:40. I think. Yeah, 2833. What got you into survival horror and just your favourite game? I just appreciate the rooting in survival horrors, and they're just fun. Like, I've always been a big fan of Resident Evils, so that. But thanks, guys. So that was Haunting Ground, Ending Sea, and I'm just very happy that nothing went wrong apart from the Lewis fight. Now, did anyone catch how many Hueys were used in the run? Over 9,000. One.
Over 9,000!
801. I think I've made a mistake trusting Twitch chat. 61. I'm going to replay it back and have a look. See, 42. Jesus Christ. Anyway, guys, I'll leave it with you. I'll leave it there. So, thank you very much for having me. And that was Haunting Grounds. So, good luck to the rest of the runners, and I hope the rest of the marathon goes well for you guys.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, Spectral. Appreciate you submitting and running for us.
Anytime, man. No worries.